Nearly 3 years to the day Whitney Houston died in a bathtub full of water. Her daughter is found unresponsive in the same manner. An eerie similarity. And a source close to the family tells CNN Bobbi Kristina is now in a medically induced coma this morning. Psychologist Dr. Jeff Gradir is joining me now. Dr. Gradir, always great to have you.
Pleasure, Lynn.
You know, we need to say this from the very beginning. We don't know Bobbi Kristina's mental state, and police have said there were no drugs found on the scene, so they are treating this as a medical situation, not a drug-related situation. But what stands out to you in this incident?
Well, what you said right at the opening, that we're coming up on the 3rd anniversary of Whitney Houston's death. Her mom, she died February 11th, 2012. So with that anniversary approaching, it is, to me, very, very alarming. And it makes sense that something might be happening. We don't know if it's a suicide attempt. As you said, we don't know whether it's drugs. But the fact is, she is in the hospital, medically induced coma, on a ventilator, and she's had a lot of drama, a lot of issues in her life around drugs, around depression. So this is a very difficult time for everyone, and certainly we wish her well.
Absolutely. And, you know, you sort of pointed this out. The drama has been even after her mother's death. We're talking even the Lifetime movie that came out about Whitney Houston's life, how upset she was about that. That just came out in January. But I want to play for you HLN's Dr. Drew, who gave us his take, and then get your take on the other side.
Sure.
A young, healthy, otherwise adult female has a sufficiently severe medical condition to drown in a bathtub face down. You better hope that is substance related, because there are very few medical conditions that will do that. Seizure perhaps being one of them, but then why would she have seizure? Almost nothing else will do that other than some sort of terminal condition, which she does not have.
You know, that's interesting, Dr. Gradir, and we actually heard from Sean Pierre that he had talked to some sources close to the family saying that use of drugs was not something that she had fully given up. So do you agree with Dr. Drew's take?
Yeah, I do, because if you remember, July 15, 2014, she actually was posted on Instagram. She said it wasn't her, but she was doing a bong. People thought it might have been marijuana or something else, and she made certain statements on Instagram claiming it wasn't her, but she said, "I feel strange. I can't feel pain anymore. Help me rebuke what the demons are saying." We're not quite sure whether the demons are critics or whether they're demons in her head, but evidently, I think we can find a correlation between some severe depression here and perhaps some self-medication. This is a young woman who over-identified with her mom, as anyone would, and so we have to be really careful that she's not at risk for being too much into drugs, of course, or into drugs at all. But now to be found in the bathtub, like her mom, coming up on that anniversary, we know that mom was involved in drugs, also had some chronic medical conditions. So we have to be really careful with this for her.
Yeah, especially for the folks that are close to her, and we just wish her a recovery. Dr. Jeff Gradir, always appreciate your insight. You have a great rest of your weekend.
Thank you, Lynn.